The phantom slowly, gravely, silently approached. Scrooge felt that it was tall and stately when it came beside him, and that its mysterious presence filled him with a solemn dread. He knew no more, for the spirit neither spoke nor moved.
I am in the presence of Christmas yet to come. You're about to show me shadows of the things that will happen but have not yet happened. Is that so, Spirit? Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specter I have seen. But as I know your purpose is to do me good, and as I hope to live to be another man from what I was, I'm prepared to hear to bear your company. And do it with a thankful heart. Will you not speak to me? Lead on. Lead on, the night is waning fast, and it is precious time to me. I know, lead on, Spirit.
They scarcely seemed to enter the city, for the city rather seemed to spring up about them and encompass them of its own act. But there they were in the heart of it, amongst the merchants who hurried up and down, purchased this or that, conversed in groups, looked at their watches, and trifled thoughtfully with their great gold seals, and so forth, as Scrooge had seen them often.
No, I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why? What was the matter with him? I thought he would never die.
God knows.
What has he done with his money?
I haven't heard. Left it to his company, perhaps. All I know is he didn't leave it to me.
It's likely to be a very cheap funeral, or I don't know anybody who would go to it. Suppose we make up a party and volunteer.
I don't mind going if lunch is provided, but I must be fed.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
The phantom glided on into a street. Its finger pointed to 3 persons meeting. Scrooge listened again, thinking that the explanation might lie here.
Let the charwoman alone be the first. Let the laundress alone be the second. And let the maid alone be the third.
What odds? What odds? Every person has a right to take care of themselves. He always did.
That's true indeed, no man more so.
That's enough. Who's the worse for a loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose.
If he wanted to keep him after he was dead, a wicked old screw, why wasn't he natural in his lifetime? If he had been, he would have somebody to look after him when he was struck with death, instead of lying out gasping out there, alone, by himself.
It was the truest word that was ever spoken. It was a judgment on him.
I wish it was a little heavier judgment. Open that bundle, Ojo, and speak out plain. We all know that we're only helping ourselves. It's no sin. Open that bundle, Ojo. A pencil case, a seal or two, a pair of sleeve buttons, and a brooch.
Well, that's your account. And I wouldn't give another 6 pence if I was to be boiled for doing it. Who's next?
Sheets and towels, a little wearing apparel, 2 old-fashioned silver teaspoons, and a pair of sugar tongs, and a few boots.
I always give too much. That's a weakness of mine, and that's how I'll ruin myself. If you ask for another penny, I'll knock off half a crown.
And now undo my bundle, Joe.
Oh, what do you call this? Bed curtains?
Ah, bed curtains.
You mean to tell me you pulled them down, rings and all, with him lying there?
Yes, I did. Why not?
You're born to make your fortune, and you'll certainly do it.
Don't drop the oil upon the blankets now.
His blankets?
Whose else do you think? He isn't likely to take cold without him.
You 3 are bound to make a fortune.
Let me see some tenderness connected with a death, or that dark chamber which we left just now will forever be in my presence.
The ghost conducted him through several streets familiar to his feet, and as they went along, Scrooge looked here and there to find himself, but nowhere was he to be seen, until they came upon the dwelling he had visited before, and found the mother and the children seated round the fire.
And he took a child and set them in the midst of them. That's it for tonight, Mama. Do you want me to keep reading?
No, that's fine. The color hurts my eyes. It makes them weak by candlelight, and I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he gets home for the world. It must be near the time.
Past it, rather, but I think he has walked a little slower these last few evenings, Mother.
I have known him walk. I have known him walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder very fast indeed.
And so have I, often.
And so have I.
But he was very light to carry, and his father loved him so that it was no trouble. No trouble.
Don't mind it, Father. Don't be grieved.
Look at your knitting. I think you're improving, Belinda. It's wonderful work. You should be proud.
Sunday. You went today then, Robert?
Yes, my dear. I wish you could have gone. I think it would have done you some good to see how green her face is. But you'll see it often. I promised Cinema I'd walk in there on a Sunday. My child. My little child.
Spectre, something informs me that our parting moment is at hand. I know it, but I know not how. Tell me what man that was who we saw lying dead.
The ghost of Christmas yet to come conveyed him, as before, until they came upon a churchyard, and there alone one solitary tombstone among the grass and weeds, unkept, uncared for, deserted.
Before I draw near to that stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of the things that will be, or are they the shadows of the things that may be only? Am I the man who lay upon the bed? No, spirit. No. Spirit, hear me. I am not the man who I was. I will not be the man I must have been. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me, O Jacob Marley, heaven, at Christmas time. You praise for this. I say it on my knees, O Jacob, on my knees.
He was so fluttered and so glowing with his good intentions that his broken voice would scarcely answer to his call. He had been sobbing violently in his conflict with the spirit, and his face was wet with tears.
I don't know what to do. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. Hello to all the world. Merry Christmas. Hello. Hello.
Running to the window, he opened it and put out his head. No fog, no mist, clear, bright, jovial, stirring cold, piping for the blood to dance to, golden sunlight, heavenly sky, sweet fresh air, merry bells. Oh, glorious, glorious!
What's today?
Today, why, Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, I haven't missed it. The spirits are all in one night. Of course they can. They can do whatever they want. Of course they can. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello.
Do you know the poulter's in the next street but the one at the corner?
I sure hope I did.
An intelligent boy, a remarkable boy. Do you know if they sold the price turkey? Not the little price turkey, but the big price turkey.
What, the one that's big as me? It's hanging right there.
Is it? Go and buy it. Go buy it and tell them to bring it here. I may give them the directions where to take it. Come back with the man and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with the man in 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown.
In the streets, the people were by this time pouring forth as he had seen them with the ghost of Christmas present, and walking with his hands behind him, Scrooge regarded every one of them with a delighted smile.
A Merry Christmas to you. My dear sir, I hope you succeeded yesterday. It was very kind of you. A Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that's my name, and I feel it may not be pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon, and would you have me the goodness of...
Lord bless me. My dear Mr. Scrooge, are you serious?
If you please, not a farthing less. And a great many back payments are included in it, I assure you. Would you do me that favor?
My dear sir, I don't know what to say to such a magnificent gift.
Don't say anything, please. Will you come and see me? Will you come and see me?
I will.
Thank you. I am much obliged to you. I thank you 50 times. Bless you. A Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Dinner, Fred? Mary Ann? Can I come?
But he was early at the office the next morning. Oh, he was early there. If he could only be there first and catch Bob Cratchit coming late. That was the thing he had set his heart upon. And he did it. Yes, he did. No Bob. 1:15. No Bob. He was full 18 minutes and a half behind his time. Scrooge sat with his door wide open that he might see him come into the tank.
Hello. What do you mean by coming here this time of day?
I'm very sorry, sir. I am behind my time.
You are? Yes, I think you are. Step this way, sir.
It's only once a year, Mr. Scrooge. It shall not be repeated. I was making rather merry yesterday, sir.
Now I'll tell you what, my friend. I will not stand for this sort of thing any longer. And therefore, I'm going to raise your salary.
Mr. Scrooge.
Merry Christmas, Bob. Merry Christmas, Bob Cratchit. I'll raise your salary, and I'll endeavor to help your struggling family. And we'll discuss your affairs this very afternoon over a hot bowl of Christmas stew.
Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was his second father. He became as good a friend, as good a master, as good a man as the good old city knew, or any good old city, town, or borough in the good old world. His own heart laughed, and that was quite enough for him. He had no further travels with spirits, and it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas as well as any other, if not more so. And so.
God bless us, everyone.
Thank you.